a lot of jobs in my life before I started doing comedy. When I was 16 years old, my very first job was at Man Movie Theaters, which was ironic because I was the only man who worked there. I show up and there's 13 girls on the crew. So I'm thinking, jackpot! I asked one of them out. She goes, oh no, Paul, I don't date boys. And I go, well, you're in luck because I'm a man. While I'm doing the working at the theater, I was getting my degree in teaching. And so when I got the degree, I made the next logical step, and I got a job at Costco. I had 3 bosses named Greg, which means at Costco, even the management comes in bulk. Finally, I got a teaching career going. And I gotta tell you, being a teacher is very, very, very hard. Surrounded all day by a bunch of self-righteous, know-it-all complainers. And then there's the students. And I got out. It was just too much for me. I got out and I got a job at Nickelodeon. And the first rule of Nickelodeon is you don't talk about Nickelodeon. So let's talk about Nickelodeon. All right? I worked on a couple of shows you may have seen called Zoe 101 and iCarly. Anyone ever heard of them? Yeah. That means we either have a nice young audience or kind of a creepy older one. And there's an episode where the principal hijacks the show and plays the bagpipes and they put a green screen behind her and they're gonna put funny images and someone in the office said, hey, funny images, Paul's a funny image. So they filmed me eating salad, jumping up and down. That's why I don't eat salad. It's like a Vietnam flashback every time for me. Took an hour to film. We filmed it on a Monday. The show aired on the Sunday, and I'm walking around the supermarket the next Monday, and this little boy and his mother are walking up the aisle, and the boy goes, Mommy, that man was on TV last night. And the mom goes, no, sweetie, they don't put guys like him on TV. I said, wait a second, yes, they do. People like me, Lena Dunham, Seth Rogen, Rosie O'Donnell, Amy Schumer, lots of people like me. The writer's strike took my job, and so I decided to get a master's in English. I already had a bachelor's in English. I figured let's double down on something that ain't working. So once I completed it, I ended up taking the next logical step and got a job at ITT Tech. Rest in peace. It was never a real school. They didn't even pay me in real money. They paid me in ITT bucks. The cafeteria was a vending machine. They gave me a tour of the campus and they walked me into this room. They go, this is where the children learn electronical training. It was a bunch of broken ham radios. They go, that's why it's very important. You never use the words top of the line equipment. We use industry standard. What industry? The broken ham radio industry? VCR repair? Caveman? So I had to leave. I went back into teaching because I needed better health insurance. ITT Tech's version of health insurance was the DVD collection of Grey's Anatomy. And a bottle of Robitussin. That was it. So I went back into teaching. And it was going well. It was going okay. And then our school, it's a private Christian school, like many private Christian schools, got a little obsessed with football. And it started to become a political school in that way. In fact, we took down the sign that said, Christian character is what counts, and we put up a sign that said, Jesus wants you to make the playoffs. It makes sense, though, that all these Christian schools over the nations are obsessed with football. It's all over the Bible. Right before Jesus left, he was like, go out into all the world to make running backs of all men. Blessed are the quarterbacks, for they shall inherit financial aid. Maybe this is why Jesus had 12 disciples. He's just coaching an 11-man football program. Judas was the kicker. So I got out of that, and I decided to pursue comedy a little bit more full time, and I'm now pursuing my lifelong dream of poverty. Thank you.